9 News on KCWE starts now.
We begin with live pictures tonight at KCK City Hall, where a vigil has just wrapped up for fallen KCK police officer Hunter Simoncic. Family, friends, people around town all gathering to honor him tonight through prayer and candlelight. Officer Simoncic was killed in the line of duty Tuesday. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Eckerman in for Bria. It was an emotional evening with several speakers remembering him for the positive mark he left on his community. KMBC9's Eric Grave is joining us now live after attending that vigil. Eric?
Kelly, it's a tremendous loss for a tremendous person here. An incredible crowd of so many people, law enforcement officers, family, friends, strangers, and many of the people he impacted in the community, not just as a police officer, but as a volunteer, as a mentor to the community. We want to show you some video we took earlier when there was hundreds of people in this plaza. It started at 7:30, lasted for more than an hour. We heard from multiple friends of Officer Simoncic who described him as a small town kid that turned into a man who wanted to serve with aspirations of adventure. He wanted to go to a city like Kansas City, Kansas. The KCK chief says Hunter told him that he wanted to serve a people that needed him to serve, and that's certainly what he did, serving these people here. He was a man that loved to drive his truck with the windows down and listen to music. Now, what his friends told us is despite him being gone, his impact will never truly leave this community.
His courage, compassion, his presence will live on each and every one of us in a way we choose to connect, in the way we serve one another, and the way we carry love forward, even in the face of loss. Tonight, let's honor Hunter only with our grief, but in our commitment to live as he did.
This is a horrific case of deja vu for so many of the people here in KCK. Less than a month ago, we were here for Deputy Elijah Ming. I talked to many of the same people who had to go through these ceremonies, these services once again. Kelly, this is a community that has a lot of healing to do. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Eric. An artist in Philadelphia is paying tribute to Officer Simoncic with a portrait of him. Johnny Castro creates portraits of fallen first responders. In a statement, the artist says Officer Simoncic will be remembered for his dedication to the children of the KCK community through his mentorship with Lead to Read KC. Kansas City, Kansas first responders are grieving the loss of Officer Simoncic just a month after fallen Wyandotte County Sheriff's Deputy Elijah Ming was killed. A therapist who treats first responders tells us vigils are a healthy space to express sadness, which is important in order to start the healing process.
I appreciate when I do vigils and when I'm a part of it, I want it to be a life watch. Like, let's make sure that we're looking at it the right way, right? Yes, these are some tragic losses in our community. But in that loss, we have to also be grateful that they spent their lives being willing to do something that most people would never do.
Funeral arrangements have now been made for Officer Simoncic. They will be Wednesday, September 3rd at Children's Mercy Park. Parking will open at 7:30. The service starts at 10 and it is open to the public. We will have coverage right here on Channel 9.